Okay, this week I've been watching all the perfect movies. Like every day I was watching a fabulous movie. And since most of them had the kind of same genre, so I made a list and put some of them on this list. So if I want to say what's the name of this video, then I can say 4 fabulous romance movies. By the way, if you want to have the soundtracks of these movies, including the movies that I'm recommending today, then just go to the description and just join the address that I put for the Telegram channel. Okay, now let's go to the number 4 of our list. For those who are a fan of Jane Austen's stories and Downton Abbey, then this movie is the perfect one for you. It is not just a romance that everybody is trying to find a husband or wife for them. No, it is one of those romance classical movies, which is full of colorful scenes and lovely acting, and it is a real comedy.
God, in this time of man's great innocence.
Innocence? Innocence? No?
This story is about Emma Woodhouse, the girl from an aristocrat family who has no entertainment than just matchmaking and involving herself into people's relationships. That's not good actually. But you know, people didn't have that much fun back then, so that could be a really good entertainment for them. Meanwhile, there's this character called Harriet. Harriet is one of those innocent girls who is not from a royal family, but she's trying so much to look like somebody like Emma Woodhouse.
The finest goose Mrs. Goddard had ever seen, she said.
The Martins.
But you know, all this imitation is not doing any good for her because she's just always doing some awkward things. So Harriet and Emma are getting closer to each other. And then we see that Harriet is falling into the matchmaking circle of Emma Woodhouse. So now Emma has a new case for her game. Although Emma likes her deep in her heart, but she's actually diverting Harriet from the man who was showing true love to her. And then she sets her up with a gentleman whose name is Mr. Elton.
All that she requires.
This movie shows 3 stages in the life of an African American person. And in each stage, we can see his growth, his suffers, and his search for love. In the first stage, he's just like 7 or 8 years old, and he's called little by the people around him. He's always picked on and beaten in the school. In the next stage, when he's older, we can see that he's one of those isolated teenagers who are having a really hard time. And during this stage, he's facing some incidents which lets him to find his identity and his love, and also lets him to take some actions which totally change his future. Okay, now it's time for Maurice. This one is my favorite one. I totally love it. Personally, I'm in love with the classical old-fashioned styles. And if you're the same, then you will probably like it. It's the life of an Englishman in 1909 who finds himself homosexual, something which is strictly used to be against law, religion, and traditions. He finds his love in Clive, his classmate at Cambridge. Clive is the aristocrat who can look forward to a lifetime of wealth. During this movie, we can get to know their character, their beliefs, and the direction they take through their lives. Each scene of this movie is an art, fabulous painting. It is captured in a way that a painter sees the world. Marianne is wanted to paint a portrait of Heloise, the girl from a rather high-class family, whose mother wants to send a portrait from her to an aristocrat man in Italy so that she can marry her off. You know, back then there was no photography and photos, so it was the only way to show how somebody looks like. But things change, and her daughter, Heloise, falls into a forbidden love with Marianne. The thing that I really liked about this movie beside all those beautiful scenes was that you could get connected to the characters really easily, and their acting was really acceptable and real. Okay, so this was my list, and for the next video I'm gonna give a movie review, or maybe I'm gonna recommend a good series. I really hope that you've enjoyed it. Don't forget to join my Telegram channel, subscribe my YouTube channel, and put your like and comment. Until the next video, good afternoon, good evening, and good night.